Welcome to the podcast. This is episode 29. Something new. Open up with Nick Green.
Hey everyone, how's it going?
What's going on, man? Good to see you again.
Yeah, it's been a while. We've been quarantining.
It has. Filmmaker extraordinaire, I will call you now because you have some things under your belt. You've been working on some things.
Yeah, some music videos now, and
I didn't know that part.
Yeah, I just directed my first short.
Nice.
Which I'm very excited to share with everyone.
Yes.
Yeah.
So tell us about the short really quick. What? Be short about your short. No. Tell us.
Well, it's the film's called City Eyes.
Mm-hmm.
It's about a DoorDash delivery driver.
Okay.
But he's out one night doing like a delivery. He witnesses a murder, and he doesn't know whether he should stay or like call the cops or just like leave. He ends up deciding to leave, and he goes home and like talks to his like girlfriend/wife about it, saying that like if that was the good decision. And I kind of wanted to be more of a conversational piece on why Black people can't specifically go to the cops for general needs, because we're looked at as criminals. Like, he had a past, he was out late last night. Like, there's a lot of bad things that could have happened to him, specifically if he like called the cops. And that's just in general what Black people in America go through. So I kind of wanted to express that, especially it being 2020 with all the protests and everything that's going on. I felt like this was the right year to make it, and I'm so glad I did, because it's an important story that I believe in. We got to talk about.
Definitely. What kind of set you on that path? Was it you? Did you come up with this this year, or was this something that you've been like kind of cultivating for a while?
I wrote it back in February.
Okay, this year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of 2020.
Mm-hmm.
All this shit. I don't know if I can curse on here.
You're 25 or 24, right?
Yeah.
I'm 26. We're grown ups. Yeah. You can swear.
Okay. all this shit happened this summer, and it just like, it pisses me off the fact that like Black people in America have been fighting for this shit since day one, since we arrived at this country,
right?
And that like nothing has happened. And the fact that I can write something months before and it still applies today, and sadly it's probably going to apply the year after and the year after, until like big systemic change is going to happen in our country, then I feel like it was just on my mind. And like I had to say something. I had to speak my voice as a filmmaker, as African American male. I have to stand up and like talk about this. So yeah.
Heavy. You've done other works, right? Before this?
Yes.
Were they on the same magnitude, or what were you doing before?
So I am a film student.
Where do you go to school?
Villa Maria College.
Okay.
Shout out to Chewy.
Yeah, shout out my brother, man. Yeah, I gotta get him on here too. I want to do it right though. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Just like a family sit down.
Yeah, for sure. Just like a conversation. I feel like we would have just been goofy and shit, but no, we could have tamed it in. But yeah, shout out to Chewy Placid. I'm better than you in Siege.
Shots fired.
Yeah, you know, see us be like, wow, niggas is crazy. Niggas kill me. This is what they're gonna hit me with.
But yes, I've done some like shorts like outside of school and in school, and everything else has been like low key, like, you know, like grab a couple of your friends, shoot something here or there. All of my other films have been like zero budget short films that like I just like find things that I have and just like go out and shoot. But this film was special because I actually was able to like fundraise like a little bit of like a budget, which helped. And I got two wonderful, actually my entire cast was wonderful, but my two main actors, Rachel and Simba, it's almost like we found each other at the right time, and we were able to just like practice a bunch, and they were down with the story, and their chemistry on and off screen was just like amazing. And like as a director, it's nice to see when your two actors just like get along like on and off, and like you don't even have to I didn't really even have to like quote unquote direct much because they both knew what I wanted. They both worked very hard. They both took it serious, and I'm just so thankful for them. And they, my cast and my crew, like honestly, like made the film, and I'm just so proud of everyone that was a part of it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Like I'm not very into like the filmmaking world, like personally. So like I don't know that dynamic. I know like the studio shit, right?
Yeah.
One or two people. How is it having to rely on so many different people, personalities, moving parts? Does that kind of stress you out sometimes? Like as far as like trying to get your vision to come together, how you want it?
Yeah. So the way that on my level, I'm still like working behind the scenes a lot. So I was doing like a lot of like the pre-paneling and like the pre-production, and I had to wear like lots of hats as a director too to like get this film finished from like start to finish. But everyone was on board. We had a lot of Zoom meetings because we couldn't really meet in person, and everyone like showed up with like their A game. And it's the best part about film is working with other people, because like on set, someone would have like a different idea of how this should be shot, and they should move this way or like that way, and having people to like rely on you to help make your project better in the long run is just a beautiful thing. And I couldn't have done it without them, honestly.
Yeah. Do you feel comfortable taking like suggestions and things like that from people on your vision?
Oh yeah, I'm no Quentin Tarantino, or
Okay.
I'm no Spike.
That's like the stigma.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Like they want it this way and it can't be any other way.
Yeah, there are things that I wanted but just like couldn't possibly like be done with like the time and the budget that we have. But like film is number one about problem solving. So like there's always like a limitation on cast, crew, money, just logistics that you have to be able to like sacrifice and like shift and pivot on all time. If you're really good at like problem solving, you're going to be a great filmmaker. You know?
Yeah. What are some of the problems that you had to run into, or that you had run into?
Just like simple stuff like equipment, just like forgetting like to pack everything, from time changes. Actually, the second night we filmed, Buffalo lost power. I don't know if you remember that. It was like
recently, right?
Yeah, it was like over the summer. It was like the national grid, and like the street, like from our block, and like the next block over lost power. And like we were about to like, I was like texting the house that we were filming at, like, hey, like, do you guys like still have power? Because like if we couldn't plug in our lights, like, then I had my equipment rented for like that span of time, and my entire shoot could have gone completely down the drain, and it would have been like hundreds of dollars wasted. So that was just like stressful on its own, but everything worked out. Like no one got sick. We all wore masks. We were healthy, and we were able to make something hopefully that a lot of people enjoy, and I'm proud of it.
That's awesome. And we're talking about this new movie, right?
Yeah.
The new short.
Yes.
When do you expect this to touch people's screens?
So right now it's in post-production. So my editor is working on it, and my goal is to help it. I want to premiere it at like a local festival, whether it be Buffalo International Film Festival or Niagara Film Festival or DreamWorks. And then after it does like that festival run, maybe even like try to screen it like outside of Buffalo, maybe like down south in like DC, or even like out in California or Colorado, and then possibly up in Canada. After all of those like festivals close and like whatnot, and I'll put it up on like Vimeo or Amazon Video, and the public can just like watch it and enjoy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. How long? So what's the? I don't know how, like, when these things run. Like, are you talking like next year this time, or like 2 months? Hopefully
by like February.
Okay.
That's my goal, where it should be generally out for the public. If things work with like COVID, and like COVID dies down and festivals are able to like happen again.
Right.
So
Yeah, it's been an issue.
Yeah.
People can't be all together and things like that. Which is, we get it.
Yeah.
It's in the air.
I miss going to movies, actually. Like in the theater,
Just like little... Yeah, man. Like, there's a lot of stuff. Like, like, when you think about it, it's like, fuck.
I can't
This year could have been so much different.
This year was supposed to be, like, the best year ever.
Yeah,
like, honestly, like, it was in 2020, the people were partying at New Year's. I just remember
like,
everyone
lit.
saying,
like, yo, new decade. What? Yo, we out here. There's a lot of people who were like really setting themselves up for like great successes. They were setting themselves up for, moves that have never been taken before, like in their own personal. I'm talking about people who I know, myself, whoever.
Yeah.
Yourself. And then the world was just like, psych. Try something else.
Yeah. I know a lot of like in like 2021, hopefully like a lot of new content will be out, because hopefully people are just like sitting on like work and like heat that they were trying to drop,
Right.
Like I know like a lot of musicians are like hopefully like writing and like in the planning phase, and like so hopefully we'll get some new music out of this at least, or something.
We'll definitely get a whole bunch of new music as far as like people like the COVID.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to all the COVID bars.
Yeah.
Please keep them in your pocket.
Yeah.
Like, we don't want to hear them.
I'm not looking forward to all like the COVID shorts either.
Yeah. It's like people have already taken advantage of it. Like,
yeah.
It's like, bro, we get it. Like we saw it coming.
Have you seen that Netflix show? It was like Love in the Time of like COVID or something.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it was like a
Oh
dating
God.
show, and they had like webcams set up and like whatnot. They're just.
I did not see that.
Netflix, man, they'll throw money at almost anything. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, it's it might be canceled Netflix season for me, to be quite honest with you, because I don't know, I forgot what this film was called, but they took what I guess seemingly was a innocent idea and perverted it into something disgusting.
Yeah.
Took the poster, which looked wholesome at first, by a black director no less, and turned it into some raunchy shit. Talking about like the little girls.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called, but
I don't know who on that boardroom thought that was a good idea to
green lit.
Yeah, like that was someone even like shared like a clip, and I was just like, yo, like someone on set.
Clip of the video.
Yeah, like of like the movie, and like someone on set should have been like, yo, what the fuck are we doing here? Like this is wrong and like gross, and like I just don't know.
That's the thing. Nobody has like the integrity to say, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Everybody's a yes man nowadays, and I really don't get it. I think you know what, I do get it. I think people are trying to be so like famous and popular and things like that they'll just do whatever. They'll just stand by for whatever.
Yeah.
They'll get their name attached to something just to get in. You know what I mean? Do you kind of feel that in the local scene as far as like people selling out like on a local level?
Yeah. But like not in a bad way. Like the Buffalo film community is so small that if a project comes and like you have to like pay your bills, and like there might not be another movie for like the next year, honestly, and you just kind of gotta say like, yeah, I'll do it. I'll take a lower rate. I'll maybe be on like this weird B-rated movie, and that'll just like be it. But like we're not privileged enough to turn down as many jobs as you would like to. Like we all can't like work on like the big Hollywood stuff. Being in Buffalo, it's just not realistic. But everyone that I've met so far in the Buffalo like film community are nothing but professionals and just like dedicated to their craft.
Nice.
So
would you ever sell out?
Oh yeah.
Yo, I love the honesty.
Yeah. Like, okay, so like
oh yeah, for sure.
I don't like Marvel movies. Like I've never been a fan. especially the new ones. I think they make them way too quickly. But if Marvel came through that door and offered me like X amount of money to make the new whatever, I'd be like, okay, yeah. But I would try at least to put my own spin on it.
Yeah.
And like to make it more not so like cut and paste.
Yo,
you know what I'm
you
saying?
heard it here first. 2033 Moon Knight, directed by Nick Green, coming to a silver screen near you. I pointed here to the fucking sewing machine. But yeah, man, I feel. But what I was actually asking was, would you sell out to do something that wasn't in your, not only not in your wheelhouse, but also something that's against your morals? Would you sell out to like get the big bag on that respect? And I'll even put like, let's draw it out. Studio comes to you, Nick. We love the short that you did back in 2020. Loved it. It was amazing. It was a timeless piece. Look, man, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. We have a movie where, I can't even think right now, but it's a movie where you don't like. These are some things that you don't practice in real life. But this is A-list. A-list celebrities are gonna be in it. We're talking Tom Hanks. We're talking David Spacey. I mean, Kevin Spacey. All the creepo niggas. Oops. all the creeps
Yeah.
in Hollywood will be in this movie. And we're looking, I don't know how like pricing goes, but we're looking to give you $25 million just to direct this as somebody who is just starting. You're gonna take that?
No.
Why?
Because
and also you're not in the best of financial situations either. Like you're day to day.
Yeah.
Here's a $25 million check.
I am not a rich man now.
Right.
I don't make films to become rich. I very much am. I have the type of mentality of I'm just gonna make a film, like no matter what. Like nothing's gonna stop me from making films. Yeah, I will buy my own camera. I will get my own crew. I will find a way, but I am not going to do something that I'm morally against, because I come from like the punk rock community. I used to play in like punk bands. Like I'm all about just fucking doing it yourself, like if this was back in like the 1970s where everything was shot in film, and the cost of making movies now is just like significantly less, where you don't need studio backing and you don't have to have someone in your ear tell you that you have to do this and like do that. You just don't. And you might not become the most famous person or even famous, let's be honest, but I can, at the end of the day, I can just be like, I'm proud of this, I'm poor right now. If I'm poor in 20 years, but I have awesome movies, I'm happy.
You're happy, right?
Yeah.
So you do it for the love. You're not doing it for fame and money.
Yeah.
It's more important to you, I feel like, to get a message out than just to have a moment.
Oh yeah. Like I would love to make films that just like tell people off, tell the audience off. Like I don't come from a Hollywood background. I have no connections to anyone, honestly, like in the film community. Like I started none of my family works in film. None of my friends really worked in film. I kind of like planted my own seeds and like roots, and I'm trying my own path. Like,
nice.
Yeah.
How did this all come about for you?
So none of my family has ever worked in film, but my entire family loves film and movies. That's like our one like common denominator.
Everybody comes together for movies. Yeah.
Yeah. Like my dad is super into like blockbusters. Like he'll always like take me to see like the new like Star Wars or like whatever. We always go to like the theaters, and it's a wholesome memory for me. Right. But on the other hand, my mom is like a big like 1950s like black and white classic fan. So like in my household there was always just like black and white pictures like growing up, like some of my first movies was like the original like Gone with the Wind and like
Mm.
all those like old classics. So I kind of like always been exposed to it. So I'm also a, a believer that you should be doing something that you've done for like your most of your life.
Yeah.
Like I've always like wanted that type of skill. Like, but like I've never like done kickboxing since 4. I've never played piano since
Right.
I was little. But I have always watched TV since as long as I can remember.
Mhm.
Like, so I just figured, hey, let's just go to school for this. And
Mhm.
I actually wanted to be an editor,
Okay.
but I realized editing's a lot. It's a lot of unthankful work, and I want to sit in front of a computer all day. Like I like being on set. I like
Yeah.
the teamwork. I don't want to just live in a dark room and just like click away.
Right,
You know,
right.
like
Yeah.
that's not me.
Right. Do you? Well, I mean, if it was to happen, would you? Like, would you be good with like a spotlight on you type of thing, or are you more like one of those directors who just want to be like, I put my art out and just
Yeah,
leave me out of it?
I feel like I would want to be like, this is what I did, and then like dip. You know,
Right, right.
like if I like honestly like I want to delete all my social media, but like I need it as a tool. Like I can't. I've come too far to like I've met so many people on like Instagram and Facebook. Yeah, but like I hate it. I just like I don't want to do it. I don't like looking at how many likes that this post gets, how many followers this person get, and I'm starting to understand that I don't have to be the most popular person on Instagram to be a successful artist. I don't have to have the most likes to make myself feel happy about my artwork, you know? Like it's taken me a while to like deal with that and like struggle, because you're constantly looking at like there's so many creative people in Buffalo alone, and you see it as a competition of like this person has over like 200 likes on like this one post and I can't even get like 50, you know? Like that shit like eats at you for a while.
Right.
And I'm finally at the place to where I understand that it doesn't matter. Like it's just a numbers game, you know? And as long as you're happy with like what you're making, like your work's gonna improve, you know? Like, and that's what I'm trying to do in the next coming years.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So, for what you've done here with this new film, what is it called again?
City Eyes.
City Eyes. So what you've done with City Eyes do you think that's the direction that you want to continue to go on? Thought-provoking pieces, shorts and stuff like that?
Yes. I think for like things that like I write, it has to be something to reflect. Like I don't ever see myself doing like a big like action movie.
Okay.
Or a like a I like romance. I like romance like done well. I don't like Hallmark.
The cheesy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Hallmark is terrible.
Yeah.
Oh god.
But like I love like drama pieces, and I love suspense pieces. So this short has a little bit of suspense, and it has mostly drama and like conversation. And like I want films to where you turn off the movie, it's finished, and it just like sits with you for a little bit. And if if it sits just for like 5 minutes, that you just like think about it, and like I've done my job, and like I'm happy. But
you've made a thought-provoking piece.
Yeah, that's all I want. That's all I want from all of my films. It's just something that people can take and like hopefully they just think about.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Being able to sit back and kind of like reflect, like, damn, that kind of fucked me up when something happened, or like you get that emotional feeling. Like people cry at movies.
Yeah.
All the time. It's not real, but people cry because the writing, or like how it was shot, the music, everything that goes into it. What kind of music do you have on those?
So my friend Denzel, he's a DJ, Denzel World Peace.
Okay.
I'm gonna work with him to like compose like an original kind of like almost industrial slash like uh house type soundtrack, because I want it to be kind of weird, kind of like unsettling, but kind of just different. Like I don't want the classic. There's a lot of like stock cinematic music that you can get, and like I don't want that like sad piano music. Like nah, like from the way I wrote it to the actors to the way we shot it, I really want this to be like a big creative collaboration. Like even how like the edit's done, like I want a lot of people to put their creative input on it. So it is my film, but there's so many people that worked on it. You know, like even from my friend Emily, who helped edit it, because like she helped like rewrite it and help me like fine tune it, and then from my editor, we're gonna like work together to like make sure it's solid, and then to the music. You know, it's just like a long process of different people in different hands. So it's honestly like not even my film anymore. It's just kind of like
it's everybody's thing.
Yeah, and I'm super proud of that. I'm very like I'm a humble. I know when people say like I'm a humble person, they're not like really humble, but I'm very happy. It makes me happy that other people are working on it. And like that's what I enjoy seeing more than just my name, you know, like that's not that important to me.
For sure. Yeah. You like kind of like to see like the joy on other people's faces when they
and like
create along with you.
Yeah, like
totally get it.
Everyone gets like a little spotlight. And
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm just the one who said let's just do it.
Right. That's awesome. Do you have anything written for the future, like new projects that you haven't even started yet?
I'm definitely waiting for this one to be in the books and like completely finished. I do have a couple ideas, but it's mostly just like funding that's like holding me back. So I want to see like the community response to this, and see maybe if I can shoot somewhere else from Buffalo, or if I can upgrade more of like the equipment. It's more of like a building process. I see this film as like the foundation, and then the next one will just be bigger and bigger and bigger, and then we'll just keep going from there.
You're gonna increase length.
And every like young director starting out wants to do, I want to do like my first like feature. And I'm 24. I don't see myself doing my first feature until like I'm at least like in my 30s. Honestly, like I don't mind doing short films. I don't mind doing like even like TV shows or like something like small, and just like really like nail down like my craft and like get like my voice to be able to like be like, oh, that's a Nick Green film. Like that's staple. That's the ultimate goal. Like I would love to do like a feature, but I don't have enough to say right now at the moment.
Gotta live a little bit more.
Yeah, but when I get there, it'll be something.
For sure.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's what I'm feeling.
So tell me about these actors. You say these are some of the best ones that you've seen, like on the local level.
Yeah.
Did you say that, or just put words in your mouth? You said they were great.
I believe in what you said.
Okay, all right.
So
all
like,
right.
yeah,
there
like,
you go.
To me,
Smart
like,
answer.
Yeah, I wouldn't have cast them if I didn't believe that they were some like the best like talented people that I've ever seen here.
Where did you find them?
So Simba, my school held an open auditions where anyone can like come in if you had like interest in acting. We were trying to like get like a local pool together. And what I saw in Simba was his willingness to be open to like trying new things. And Simba is like brand new to acting. Like he's never like, this is like his also very short. He's done like a couple like small things, but he's really trying to like be dedicated to acting. Like this man will like go in and study everything. Like he'll just like in the back, like I saw him just like pace, and like he was just like dedicated to his craft, and like he's like gung-ho about like, I'm going to be an actor now, like this is like what I'm gonna do. Like the hardest working person. And I was just like, that's what my character reflects. Right. So I'm like, he has to be he has to be in this movie. And then for Rachel, I was working as a production assistant on another short film in Buffalo. Mm-hmm. And she had just like a small role in it, but even for the role that she did, it was wonderful. I was like watching just from the back and like off camera, and I was like, wow, like she's really good. She can really act. So I approached her and she was down. She was like, yeah, I don't have anything going on right now, and yeah, she liked it. She liked the story, and that was enough for both of them. And now they're both doing great things. Like Rachel's gonna be in another movie coming up. She's like in a bunch of commercials like all around Buffalo. Yeah, like like you can like spot her everywhere now, and I'm like so proud. Yeah.
Planted the seeds. Oh, look at it.
No, I didn't plant the seeds.
Oh, never mind. I didn't plant the seeds.
Yeah, she was talented from the get-go, and like she's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So, moving forward, let's talk about some of your inspirations in film. Mm-hmm. I know you said growing up, mom liked the 50s movies, dad liked the blockbusters. What was like your favorite type of film, if you will?
I like specifically 1960s Japanese New Wave. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you ever seen like movies like Face of Another,
no,
or Woman in the Dunes. Those movies are very experimental for the time.
Okay.
Like it being 1960s, it's all shot in film, but like the way like cameras move, the way the editing is, it's very new and different, and they take a lot of influence from like French New Wave. Mm-hmm. But there's just like a subtle spin on the way the storytelling is.
Yeah.
And all those movies kind of like mess with your mind a little bit, like, and like they again like make you like, as soon as you finish it, you stop and you're like, damn, like what the hell did I just watch? And then you like reality hits again. And I love that about films.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you like Black Mirror?
Yeah.
Because like when we talk about like things that hit you and like you sit there and think about, that's the one thing that keeps coming to my mind. Like as far as like psychological thrillers and things like that, some of those things kind of like fuck with me.
Yeah.
We're sitting there like the one where he was did you watch them all?
I have not seen them all. I've seen like most of like season 1 and season 2. I skipped around because you don't have to like watch them.
Right. Yeah, right. You don't have to watch them concurrently.
Yeah.
But there was one where the guy he was in a mansion and he had this device on and he was just getting like scared out of his mind. Like it wasn't supposed to be like, these horrors weren't supposed to be real, but they're real. They're touching them, they're hurting him.
Yeah.
And I won't give away the ending, but it comes full circle back to where he initially started all this, and it kind of clicks in like, oh shit, if he wouldn't have did XYZ, he'd be fine. And you're sitting there like, damn, is this going on in real life?
No, Black Mirror sometimes touches a little too close to home.
Yeah, a little too close, because it's like the technology. It's all about technology. Yeah. Black Mirror, the phone, it's a Black Mirror. Yeah.
Especially the one where the politician one. That one was like.
Yeah, that's the first one, right?
Yeah. That one was weird.
Because that one could happen.
Yeah.
That one could happen in some other country, not here. Because like, imagine Trump getting like called. Like, he did not listen.
I know.
Listen, this isn't anything serious. It's all fake.
Well, we already have
it's fake news.
AI. We already have like AI musicians, you know, like you ever see like some of those? Like,
yeah, I've seen.
Just imagine like an AI politician, just how bizarre. And that honestly,
at some point, that AI music is gonna get really good.
Yeah,
it's trash right now, but it's gonna get real good.
Yeah, we can do it, and it's kind of scary
It is, because like that's an art form, and they're trying to like automate art.
Yeah.
Like after music.
But it's like, but that's the debate. Is the programming itself, the art, or is it like? You know what I'm trying to say?
Right. No. Is it the programming itself, or is it just the collective of all the art that this thing has seen?
Yeah.
And it's just reshaping. Yeah, I get it.
It's a tough situation.
Yeah, sticky.
Yeah, I don't think there are going to be any real winners.
Yeah. What do you think about Jordan Peele?
He's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I remember him from like the old like Mad
playing around. Yeah.
Mad Days and Key and Peele, of course. But to see him like really like branch out, and him being, he's not the first African American director by a long shot, but he is making waves in the new upcoming cinema world. Like,
for sure,
it is. Films itself are very like white dominated, especially directors and like executive producers. But to see him win awards, to see him be able to produce his own content, all of his films so far have been bangers, even though he's only made 2 and one's almost about to be finished.
Which is gonna slap.
Yeah, most likely. Like, I'm proud, and like, there are directors and like people like him and like Spike Lee that just like open doors for people like me to be able to just like follow in their footsteps.
I think Get Out was the scariest movie I ever saw in my life.
Yeah, and have you seen
it wasn't supposed to be a horror movie.
No, have you seen the alternate ending?
No.
There is an alternate ending.
I have the DVD and I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
because I didn't open it. That's why.
I highly suggest watching the alternate ending, because they should have put that ending as
the ending.
Yeah, but like I don't think the studio wanted to do it because it hit a little too close to home.
Now I'm like,
you
look at it.
Like, it's just like only like a quick like 4-minute scene, but it really just changed the entire way you look at the movie with this ending.
Oh man.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that. I think
got the goosebumps right.
Honestly,
like, shit, what could it be?
I'm gonna be honest. It probably made white people too uncomfortable. Like, the entire movie itself was just like,
the director, the people on the board were like, listen, like, I get it, but you're not about to put this as the ending. Shoot something else.
Yeah,
you could play with it as the alternate, whatever, but fuck it. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, highly suggest after this, and even if you just like YouTube it, it's something like
true.
It's something like 4 minutes. Like, you should watch.
It's up there on YouTube.
I'm sure someone put it in there.
Yeah,
I haven't checked, but yeah.
Right. Us
was good. I liked Us a whole lot, just because it was just like a fun movie.
Us is another scary movie, but it was more fun than Get Out.
Yeah, and I love movies with a twist.
Yeah, like the twist is always like the thing that I hope for. And a lot of times I don't get it, but you hope for the twist. And when the twist came in Get Out, I'm sitting there like, I'm one of the people who like to ruin movies for myself. So I'm like, I know what's gonna happen. They're gonna do da and this and this and this. And then when it doesn't happen and it's just a whole 360 from what you thought, it's like, oh shit, this is fire.
Yeah, it's
like with Us, like, who would have thought, like, that's what it was? She was the underground girl, like, living the life, and the real girl was, like, that's nuts.
Spoiler. It's been out for a while.
They didn't hear what I said. They have to decipher the mumbles. Yeah. And, like, all 64 of you, shut up.
No.
Kidding, comedy style. These are jokes.
They definitely did that movie right. I feel like it was very well done.
Is there an alternate ending to that?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't think so, but I also don't own it, so I can't check the DVD.
Right. Who is your favorite, director, since you are a director?
That's tough. All-time favorite, again, is another Japanese director, is Akira Kurosawa.
Okay.
I don't know if you ever seen like Seven Samurai or Yojimbo.
Mm-mm.
Very like classic, like big staples of like Japanese cinema. And I think his work is just like beautiful. Like every frame in like his movie is just like a beautiful still. And
Really?
like, yeah, I love that.
See, like I'm not privy to this stuff. Like there's a whole nother world of cinema that I have not tapped into. You gotta put me on after this.
Okay, I'm because like this movie is very slept on, and it just came out last year.
Okay.
Everyone should watch the movie The Last Black Man in San Francisco.
Why does that sound familiar?
It did not get a big like theatrical release, but
Yeah.
like it was very good, and I would suggest everyone watching you to like check it out. If you have Amazon,
I don't.
Prime.
But
Okay.
it's on Amazon though.
it's on Amazon Video, and
I mean,
you can
I'll
just
pay
watch
the
it for free.
$10.
Yeah,
Oh, it's for free.
if you have the
Okay.
Amazon subscription.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I'll get that. And
Yeah.
I'll check it out. Yeah, let me put this in notes really quick so I don't forget it.
Yeah, it was a beautiful story, and funny.
Tell me about it.
So you know that like San Francisco is like extremely expensive to live in.
I've heard.
Like,
I've never been to the West Coast like that. I've been to
Yeah.
Midwest, Colorado, but I haven't been to California.
Yeah.
But I've heard it's extremely expensive.
It's like the most expensive city to live in the U.S. And this guy is trying to buy. First of all, San Francisco straight up used to be a black and Japanese city. Like
in real life?
yeah,
Okay,
like
I didn't know that.
and then like gentrification happened. A lot of like black people left. Tech companies came in, and then like the prices just like skyrocketed. So this guy is trying to buy his grandpa's house that he built in San Francisco
Yeah.
in a predominantly white neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
And
Now it's predominantly white.
yeah,
Okay.
and it's gonna cost him close to almost like $1 million.
God.
And his
damn.
grandpa built it, and he's just like trying to like fight with like all like the hipster like white people that are like San Francisco's so like dirty and like blah blah blah. But he's like it's a piece on like gentrification and like this and like how it happens pretty much in like almost like every city. But like it's just kind of ridiculous that the people that like built up those neighborhoods like can't even afford to live there. Yeah. Which is
redlining and all that.
yeah, and like San Francisco is just like one of the worst examples in the country right now.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't know that.
but I don't know. It's kind of a tough story. It's not like nothing like bad, like violent or like gross happens, but it's just kind of like a very like emotional
Right.
piece, and it's shot beautifully. Like all like the actors are like really good, and it's weird. The director is a white man, but like this happened to like his best friend and like the main
Also, it's a true story.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So like
Even
he wrote the story on like his own experiences,
Right.
and they just like filmed it, and yeah, it was. Have you ever seen Everybody Hates Chris? Chris's mom's in it. Rochelle, I forget the actress's name.
She actually came in the Best Buy when I was working at Galleria.
Oh really? Yeah.
I didn't see her. But I heard Tisha Arnold was here. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, wait, what? Why?
That's crazy.
It's so random. And she's buying a phone. What are you doing?
Yeah.
I never found out why. But if I ever meet you, I will ask, what the fuck are you in Buffalo? You're buying a phone
Yeah, that's weird.
from Heather. Shout out to... I'm off one today, guys. I'm sorry. No, I'm kidding. Jokes, comedy style, trying to make you guys laugh. That's another person that's gonna beat me up is Joe Budden. I keep stealing comedy style, but fuck it. What's he gonna do? Slap his bald head. Look at
Isn't
me
he?
digging.
Isn't
Look
he
at me
off like
digging all
Spotify now or something?
Yes, they had a whole falling out with Spotify.
Yeah.
And like they're trying to bury him right now with like slander and shit like that.
I think even like Joe Rogan is having issues on being on like Spotify only
I heard,
too. Yeah.
that they're kind of crazy with what they want.
Yeah.
And they don't have really room to do that because, okay, Joe Budden came and like lit you guys up. Let's be honest with the podcast. Then you went and got Michelle Obama. You got, you stole a couple people, I think, from Barstool.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. You got Joe Rogan, the biggest pickup of all time that you could ever do.
Yeah.
Paid him, what, 8 figures?
Something ridiculous. Probably.
9, something crazy like that. And then you shit on the person who got you to the chip. Like, that's not good. But no one would want to stay there.
I know. And
now Joe Rogan's feeling it. Like, you definitely can't do that to Joe Rogan. Like, you know who he is. He damn near built this podcast shit up.
Yeah.
From, he's on like 2,000 episodes.
I don't know.
5 hours a piece.
Yeah, like some of them are crazy long.
You could never watch all that. I mean, you could, but you would just not do anything else but watch Joe Rogan.
Wasn't there like a 8-hour long episode
probably,
or something? Like he was just like going off and like smoking weed and just like.
I would love an 8-hour episode of him, Eddie Bravo, and Alex Jones.
Yeah, that
would be my shit.
That would be wild.
I would love that. Listen to me. Yeah, turn. The turning.
Alex Jones in itself is just a crazy character. Like,
and then here he goes. Yeah, man. Like, no, I'm kidding. Of course, I don't believe the moon is fake. It's like, yes, you did.
Yeah,
you did. You just don't want to look stupid now. I love that show, but I don't love that show because I don't think Joe Rogan's a very good. See, this is what happens when I start like drinking. Like the tongue just becomes very loose, and I just say what the fuck ever. But Joe Rogan, I don't think he's a very good interviewer.
Yeah. He's definitely not. But
he
like,
says, "Wow, that's crazy. Way too much for me."
Yeah.
Or that's interesting and strange. Those are like his 3 go-tos.
Yeah.
Here I am hating.
But like his guests are interesting, and that's why.
Of course they are. What you bring on Elon Musk, fucking Lex Luthor of our time.
No, that's Jeff Bezos.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it though?
Jeff Bezos is literally bald.
Yeah. Well, who is fuck is Elon Musk then?
Elon Musk
is Tony Stark because he's got a little nefarious to him.
Yeah. I mean, Elon Musk was like he used to be held in such higher standard. But now he was trying to like force his like employees to work during like COVID, and he's like fighting a lot of like regulations and stuff, and it's kind of like, bro, what are you doing?
His kid gloves are coming off.
Yeah, and like he's
also talking about putting chips in your brain.
Yeah, I own stock in Tesla, and
good man.
Yeah, but
good fucking man, keep it.
Yeah, like
because I remember when it was less than $100, and it was 2017, and I was just like, I don't have $58 to put into this stock. I'm gonna buy the one that's $5 like an idiot, and then it ballooned.
Yeah, but like I don't know, the dude's wild, and like what was with that baby name? Like I don't know,
see Lex Luthor shit. Like who does that? Who but a supervillain?
Yeah, but I still don't think he's as bad as Jeff Bezos.
Well, tell me about Jeff Bezos because I'm out the loop on him.
Like, okay.
Oh wait, real quick before you say it, I'm sorry to cut you off. I did work at Amazon for a little bit, and I don't want to say induction because that's not what they call it. That's what Best Buy call it. In training or like orientation is the word I was looking for. They're like, this is Jeff Bezos. This is our fearless leader. We call him Uncle Bezos. I was like, I'm not calling him fucking Uncle Bezos. Fuck out of here.
That's weird. Me? That's weird as hell.
That's creepy as shit. You gonna call another man uncle that's not none of your family.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here. But that was it. I just wanted. If you ever think about working at Amazon, don't. Yeah. Unless you like lifting boxes all day.
Like, okay, so like working at Amazon in itself is like, you're working for like one of the most successful companies of all time. Like he has a boatload of money. Like they have stores everywhere. They're going to be around for like a minute. But like none of the employees honestly reap the benefit of working for
not at all
the most successful country. So it's like, what's the point of like working for a company that makes trillions of dollars and like you yourself are not going to get just enough to like make it by. And not even on the case. I'm sure there's some workers at whatever warehouse that are on like food stamps still, like, so like what the fuck? Like that's wrong. Like I don't know. I think something needs to be done with the amount of like money like someone should make, because he's like trying to go for like a trillion or something in his lifetime.
Well, like, okay, so like I get what you're saying. I get what people are saying about like you shouldn't amass so much money that you eclipse governments. Personally, I can't say that I agree.
Mm-hmm.
If you work so fucking hard for something, you sleep on the floor, you eat old shit to survive, you build your brand up from the ground up, and you just happen to pop the fuck off, go off. I don't think you owe anybody anything at that point.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
However, it does look nasty and shady to be, you know, like worth $500 billion or however much he's going to end up with at the end of all this, and, you know, not extend the arm down. Like,
I bet he's going to get $1 trillion.
Huh?
I bet he's going to get to $1 trillion. And like that's his goal. Like
yeah,
he's buying he not only has Whole Foods, he has he has the Wall Street Post or whatever, the Wall Street Journal, whatever it is.
Oh yeah, I forgot he did.
Yeah, like he is collecting everything, and it's like, bro, like what are you gonna do? What are you gonna buy another house with that? You gonna like, come on, man, like.
But see, and that's another thing. Like, I can't count that man's money. Yeah. I can't pocket watch. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you're doing. I'm not saying. Other people definitely do pocket watch.
Yeah.
But, you know what he does with his money is his business. Like,
true.
You, like I said, you made it from selling used books. What? You found a niche. You got into the internet space super early on. That's key. You became the biggest supplier of everything that you could imagine in the world.
But it's
kudos to you, my guy. Take all that coin.
It's just my issue is that of what cost. Like everyone knows damn well he didn't get it by just like being fair. He stepped on a lot of smaller businesses.
Yeah.
He
still to this day he's smacking businesses out of
he treats his employees not the best. Like,
does he directly treat them not?
No, but he is in charge of the entire company. He is in charge of the entire setup from top to down.
Right.
It's just, I don't know the guy. I probably hope I don't meet him. I'm just saying.
You probably hope you don't meet him.
Yeah, like I don't want to meet Jeff Bezos.
Why
like,
not?
Like what? Like unless he's like coming to give me like $1 billion, then like.
See, that's the only time you want to meet somebody is when they're going to do for you.
Yeah, but
that's nasty, Nick.
True.
I'm kidding.
No.
I'm not kidding.
I'll be nasty to Jeff Bezos. I don't care. But, yeah, I don't know.
I want to get tips like, yo, what did you? Cause well, that's always a loaded thing. Like, oh, what would you ask so and so if you got in front of them? Nothing. How was your day?
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know what, and that might be an issue on my part. Like, what do you even ask somebody like that?
Yeah. Like what could you want with like the amount of like money that this man has?
Right.
Like you can buy like. I feel bad for him, honestly. Like what do you even do at that point when you can just like buy everything in the world, you know?
Not
like,
only buy but solve.
Yeah, like
he can solve the homeless problem in LA if he wanted to.
In like most of the country, I think he can with like the amount of money and still have money left over. Like that's ridiculous.
An enormous amount of money left over. Yeah. Billions left over.
Yeah, like that's my issue with him. And it's like if you're gonna keep making more money, give some of it back.
Right.
Because like. Unless you're like trying to start your own government or what are you doing? You know,
that would be the humanitarian thing to do.
Yeah,
would be to fix some of these issues, the greater issues. You could fix the Flint water problem right now if you wanted to.
Yeah,
I think wasn't Elon trying to do that, or had interest in doing that?
Yeah, he was trying to do.
That's another person who I really don't have anything to say about. South African kid. Who, from the ground up, sold PayPal, I think he had paychecks too, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
It's...
Got to where he had slept on the Tesla floor.
Yeah. I mean, like...
Just to do it.
Yeah, but he doesn't have nearly as much money as Jeff Bezos.
No, not at all.
Like, no one... Like, Jeff Bezos is just... ridiculously amount has, like, just so much more.
Jeff Bezos also isn't a scientist.
Yeah.
Elon is a scientist and a creator.
Yeah. Elon's more of like an artist.
So what?
He's more like an artist.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Definitely. he sold the Boring Company hats for like $10 a piece, and I think he sold some ridiculous amount of hats that was enough to like start making cars. What?
Yeah. How do you feel about privatizing space?
I mean, if they can get up there and stay up there and do it and keep it safe without shit falling down on the ground and causing issues, which I don't think is very feasible, because anybody could hack anything at any time. Government get mad, go up there, pow pow.
True.
All the satellites come down and hurt the people. It's a gray area. I'd have to do more research to give you a real answer. But surface level, I would say go ahead.
Yeah.
I would say go ahead and do it, and if you're gonna do it the right way. But it gets tricky though. You're not on Earth anymore. So whatever the fuck happens in the void of space, what are you gonna do? You have to rely on these people to get you back down. So that's tricky. It's tough.
Oh yeah.
I'd have to do a little bit more research.
That's fair.
Yeah.
It's new. It's just a new time we're living in.
Yeah, definitely Space Force.
Yeah. Wild.
Speaking of space, what are some of your favorite space movies?
Space movies, 2001 Space Odyssey, Stanley Kubrick.
I haven't seen. I started it and I keep stopping for some reason. Like I think I fall asleep every time, or I have to do something else. But is it that good? What about it is so good? Because it didn't grasp me. Is why I'm asking.
Well, did you make it? So like the first,
I made it to the monkey on the moon. Turn it off.
Yeah, so you gotta get for the monkeys first.
Yo, isn't that like the first 4 minutes? Or like 2 minutes?
I think it's like for like at least like 40 minutes.
Yeah, it's too much. Like, that's enough.
So yeah, you gotta make it. Once you make it past the monkeys, it does pick up. And
it's like, I hate Game of Thrones. No, you got to get to season 8 to, really appreciate it.
Whoa, no, you do not have to get to season.
I love Game of Thrones.
Season 8 was trash.
I can't really complain with you because I do feel like they rushed it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Which is sad because that's one of the greater TV shows that I'd ever watched.
Have you seen The Sopranos?
No.
See, that's the.
See, he was like, now you say that weird shit, but you haven't even seen these guys.
Yeah.
Like, damn.
That's the best HBO show ever made.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I would die by that statement.
Wow. Better than The Wire?
Yes.
You seen The Wire, right?
Yes. I love The Wire though, but like not all.
The Wire was the shit.
Yeah, but like not all seasons slapped. Like the first two.
No, yeah, they didn't. Season 3 is where I started. I thought season 3 was fire. But there was a couple seasons in there was like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
You wasted all of 2 years to make this stupid shit.
Yeah.
You watch Power?
I did not.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
But everybody swears by Power.
I want to see Lovecraft Country.
But
I got rid of my HBO.
Is it about Lovecraftian shit?
I think so.
It is?
Yeah, in like Jim Crow era, like down south and like whatnot. I actually don't have like that much knowledge on it.
Is it monsters with the Jim Crow era, or is it just the Jim Crow era called Lovecraft Country because of some other shit?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I have I didn't watch like too many like into it, but like I know like some of the actors in it, and I was just like, okay, I'll give it a shot. I think even like Jordan Peele's has some producer credits on it, so I was like,
oh really?
I'll like check it out. Yeah. I could be wrong. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure.
Right. Would you want to do a series like that?
Oh, yeah. I think TV is more... You have more freedom to like do what you want. And a lot of like filmmakers are like switching back to TV from film. Because for a while, obviously, like Hollywood studio came up you could only like go to movies to like watch content like that, and then like the home TV was invented, so then people started like making like TV shows like I Love Lucy and like whatnot. But then like back in the 70s and 80s, Hollywood got like a second wind almost, and people again started going to the movies, and it's kind of been like stagnant, like even now. But I think TV is coming back right now, like especially with Netflix. Like some of the best like TV shows I've seen in like the past year or two have been on like on Netflix or like on like a streaming platform.
For sure.
So that allows like much more freedom and like creativity that a lot of like filmmakers are like leaving movies because it's controlled by studios and just like jumping onto the TV wave. And if you get like a good like writing staff like behind you, you can like make something that you really get invested in, and just like a whole world.
Yeah.
That you have.
You know, like I say, cancel Netflix because of that nasty shit.
Yeah.
But they've been putting out bangers of movies and TV shows. Original shit.
Yeah.
Like, did you see Bright?
No, I don't.
With Will Smith? That was good. I didn't think it was going to be good. But, Bright, there was one about, like, the end of the world with some high school kids.
Umbrella Academy?
No, that was fire too. That was super. I just finished that.
Yeah.
But no, it was another one. It was like the end of the earth or something like that.
Oh, okay. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You ever see like Master of None, the Aziz Ansari show? No. That show's good.
I keep seeing it though.
Yeah.
With the Indian guy, right?
Yeah. From Parks and Rec.
I keep seeing it. Yeah, but I haven't clicked it.
That's a beautiful show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Been to The Office. It's just fucking hilarious.
Everyone just goes back to watching The Office at the end of the day. What are they gonna do when they take it off finally?
That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Like, why would you do that? What are you gonna watch it on? CBS All Access app?
Yeah, every studio's getting their own.
Oh yeah,
streaming now.
that's next.
Yeah.
Well, that's now.
Yeah.
Actually, you see, Disney did it. They pulled everything possible from Netflix. No more Star Wars for you.
Because it's all on like Disney now. I just watch like The Simpsons occasionally on the app.
On what? On Disney?
Yeah, because they got the entire Simpsons collection.
Did they buy Fox?
Yeah, I think so.
What?
I think they.
I think own Family Guy too.
I think Fox is like still independent.
Oh. Okay.
But like they own, like Disney has like a couple shows, or like they have like a deal or something. All those like Sony, like Fox, like DreamWorks, they all got like their hands in like almost everything, basically. Like, I don't know.
So you said your dad took you to Star Wars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You watched Mandalorian?
I watched the first episode, and I was like, I don't like Star Wars as much as I used to.
Ah, okay. There it is.
I don't know. I'm like have mixed feelings about the Disney revival. And
yes, it does scare me because Disney, and they fumbled the bag heavy on this trilogy.
But I also feel like Star Wars as a whole has never gotten it right.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Okay, so like
I think that's one of the better series of movies ever.
So like episode 4 or 5 classics, like great. Like I don't really have that much, issues with them besides like there are some like plot stuff that is just kind of like whatever. But like if you really want to debate it, you could debate it. I'm not that into Star Wars. Episode 6.
I don't really care that much.
Yeah, episode 6 kind of with the Ewoks. It was a little wacky and kind of like.
But we love Ewoks.
Yeah, but it was like
Ewoks are amazing. They're like who came up with that? The first I had the Jawas.
Yeah, it was to sell toys. And like yeah.
Well, I can see you saying that about Porgs. That was to sell plushies.
Yeah,
because they serve no purpose but to be little penguin weird things on that island that Luke was on.
Yeah, but like those were come from like the original Ewoks, Like,
yeah, right. They were the next Ewoks.
Yeah, and the prequels. I like episode 3 because I always I saw episode 2 in theaters, but I kind of don't remember seeing it in theaters.
You were the chosen one.
Yeah, but like episode 3, I vividly remember, and I thought like the clone troopers were like super badass. And like,
3?
Yeah, like I thought they were. Yeah,
Misremembering.
I don't know. And like I loved like the animated Clone Wars.
The series.
Yeah,
Fuck
that
yeah.
shit was fire.
Fuck yeah.
So I was like, okay, like the clone troopers are kind of badass in this one.
Oh yeah,
like
no, they're fire.
Yeah.
Oh, clone. I heard you say stormtroopers for some
Oh,
reason.
I might have, but like the clone troopers in episode 3,
yes.
I thought were cool.
Yes.
Even when they like turned on like the Jedi's and like shot them all, I was like, okay, they're still kind of hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then like all the weird like one-off movies, like the Han Solo one they did, I was like,
I keep hearing that's terrible.
Yeah, it didn't.
And it's sad because I wanted to see that.
I love like Donald Glover as an actor and like an artist, but it was just weird. Yeah, and I never forget the other one. There was that one with like Donnie Yen.
Rogue One.
Yeah,
I heard that was one of the best movies of that year, though.
Mm-hmm. And that was better.
And in the series.
Yeah.
Rogue One, Han Solo. There's another one I feel like.
I don't think so.
There's not?
No. Because it was like Rogue One, episode 2, Han Solo, or like, it was like in like that order, like you know.
Right.
And then like the newest one that just came out. And for like the actual like trilogy with like Rey and like Kylo Ren, it just felt like a family drama.
Yeah,
like
I wasn't a huge fan of this last trilogy at all.
I think it's great if you have kids and like if you're like really into like Star Wars and like whatnot, but
that comedy shtick shit that they do in like tense situations to like like I feel like the Avengers or those movies kind of like popularized it even more in today's age.
Yep.
That slapstick comedy type shit. It's like,
I mean, it's all just like mass.
It makes my stomach hurt when you watch it. It's like, ew.
Yeah.
You copped out for this.
It's just mass marketing to get everyone
to get them in seats.
Yeah.
I respect it, but like at the expense of your art.
Yeah.
And it's really just to sell tickets at this point. It's not very. Scorsese, I think, said something about this recently, where he was like, "These Marvel movies, not fucking films. These aren't really cinema. Mm-hmm. These are just sell tickets to get asses in seats.
It's entertainment," and I agree.
Right. Like, at first, when he said it, I was like, "How dare you?" But I stepped back and I was like, "No, you're right," because they don't really have substance.
Yeah.
They're just telling a story from the comic book, and it's not very close to the comic book.
Like, you don't really walk away with anything in Marvel movies besides, oh, that was kind of dope.
Yeah.
Or besides like the drama behind making the Marvel movie, like for Black Panther being, I was gonna
say Black Panther might be like the exception.
Yeah, but like that was the movie itself was still like a Marvel movie, but like the contents of it being like all like related to like African Americans, like that was a big deal. But like the movie, it's like if you just like take away that, the movie was like
at the end where he went back to the hood and he came down on a spaceship and the little black boys playing basketball and they're looking up to him like, I like shit like that. Yeah. And they definitely brought it home for that. But like when you watch like Spider-Man, like what do you come away with? You know what I mean? It's just entertainment.
Unless it's the early 2000s Spider-Man.
Listen, when my man Tobey Maguire was snapping, don't play. Don't play.
Classic Spider-Man 3, man.
Ew, that shit was horrible. Like, why are you doing this? Why is your hair slicked like that? That's not what Black Suit Spider-Man is. He's just an asshole to people. Oh man, but I think he's the best Spider-Man though. If we're talking about Spider-Mans, I think he was the best one.
I haven't even seen the other ones. Actually, I did watch the animated Into the Spider-Verse.
I still haven't seen that.
That was actually like really good. I was like
saying it.
Damn, I kind of enjoy this.
They keep saying it was good.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a movie buff. Let me ask you this. Because I asked my last interview this, but he didn't know and didn't want to hear me say anything. Shout out to Jonathan Morg. But and by the way, close your ears. There's a movie, I think it's with like Leonardo DiCaprio, and he's with this woman on an island, and they're stranded there for a long period of time. Can't get off. The woman has HIV, and they at the end they end up having sex because they're like, fuck it, we're never getting off this island, whatever. The next day, like, the help comes, and they're like, fuck, I just did this and now I have HIV or AIDS.
Yeah.
Do you know what that's called?
No.
Fuck, am I making this up at this point?
It sounds like you were talking about like Shutter Island.
No, it's not Shutter Island. I like that movie.
Yeah. You can look it up because it's gonna bother me.
Well, I don't even know where to. I've tried whatever you're gonna do. I've tried all variations of word and pattern. Like, I cannot come up with the title. I think, is it The Cove? I don't think it's The Cove, but it's been bothering me for a good 5 years because I can't figure out what the fuck this movie was. It's hurting my soul.
Wasn't it Titanic? Was it?
Fuck no, get out. That was one of the first movies I watched actually as a kid. It was that and Jurassic Park.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Jurassic Park was the first time I went to the movies. My grandfather took me. That was an experience. Seeing the bald dude get eaten on the toilet. That was funny. Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, I actually just watched that recently because they
Did
put it
you?
on Netflix.
Yeah, that's a class. Did they?
Yeah. They put 1 and 2 on Netflix.
Did you see when they did an overdub of the trailer for that movie, but they put Pee Wee Herman on it?
Yeah, that was funny.
That was the funniest shit of all time. Yo, I was at work crying.
The Pee Wee.
I'm like, why did I watch this here? What?
But it's so crazy that you said that Titanic was like your first movie because
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was like one of mine.
Really?
And like it used to be on like VHS.
Yes, that's where I had it.
I would always skip the first half because like that was like the romance scene, and I would just like honestly want to watch the ship sink.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I might have did the same thing because when I watched it recently, I was like, "Damn, this happened."
Yeah.
Damn, that was in a ball.
Yeah.
Damn, she wasn't originally with him. What the fuck? I always get to the point where Jack is in jail about to drown, and here comes Rose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, there's a sequel. It's
I'm
not.
not watching that
It's not
shit.
made by James Cameron, but
Good.
it was like a horrible Titanic
I was gonna say,
sequel.
was it terrible?
Yeah, it was like super
what was
cheap.
it? Oh, number 2.
Yeah.
Going out and it's gonna hit iceberg 2. Oh,
Pretty much, it was like literally
ew.
called Titanic 2. And
That's disgusting.
I don't know how I found it. I just like watched it and it was so bad.
How dare they?
Yeah. People said that movie would flop when it was being made.
And it did.
Yeah. But
That movie was sink and burn just like the Titanic itself. Damn.
yeah, that's what they were saying. I couldn't find that movie. I also didn't look very hard.
See, right? Like, what the fuck is that movie?
Yeah.
I might have made that up. It might be from some like, other dimension that I'm from.
You sure it was Leonardo?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure, but I thought it was. I thought it was like one of his earlier movies. But I looked at all his movies, and none of them. So it's not him. Is what I just came to the conclusion of.
Might be Tom Hanks, Castaway.
No, it's definitely not Castaway. It's because I didn't have it in Castaway.
I know might be a different version.
Yo, you know what's a good movie that I just watched recently? It's called Swiss Army Man. Did you see that with Daniel Radcliffe?
No.
Really good movie.
Is that the one where from the meme where he's in like the row and like shooting guns?
No.
Oh, okay.
This one was the guy was stranded after an accident or something like that on an island. And he finds a dead body. The dead body gets reanimated, and he's like helping him survive through getting off the island, shit like that. But then there's the twist, of course.
He's dead.
You want me to tell you?
No, it's okay. I'll watch it.
All right, yeah, watch it because it is a good movie.
Yeah.
Nice little twist in there.
I like to see Daniel Radcliffe act. You know.
Yeah, I was gonna say like we always know him for Harry Potter.
Yeah.
It's like same thing with Robert Pattinson. We know him for being Edward. Like it's good to see these guys step out of those kiddie roles and like take on serious shit.
It's so tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
Holes, Disney Kid, even Steven. Like, this is where you start from. But if you do it big, you can make it from Degrassi and become the biggest rapper of all time ever. Yeah, not to be a joke, but like, he was a joke at one point.
I mean, he got shot in a wheelchair.
Yeah, he was in a wheelchair. But now look at him now.
Even example, Key and Peele, you know, just like
Key and Peele, yeah, goofballs,
yeah.
corny little niggas. And now, Jordan Peele, critically acclaimed director. Keegan Michael Key, you know, not so much, but still out here.
He was in a really good show on that. We've been talking about Netflix a lot, but called Friends from College. I love that show.
I feel like I heard of that.
Yeah, and Netflix canceled it and only got 2 seasons, but they always do that. And if it's not like as big as a hit as like
right, if it's not as big as Stranger Things.
Yeah, even, but it was like a really like wholesome show.
You watch Ozark?
I did not.
Oh my god. Yo, if you want to like watch a show about like drug cartels and it doesn't go the way you think it's gonna go, watch that. Okay. That shit is great. And they're coming back for another season.
Yeah, I feel like they've been doing a lot with that show.
It's also Bateman's best acting I feel like he's ever done.
Better than Arrested Development?
I didn't watch Arrested Development, so should I even talk? No. But from what I've seen him in, a little cheesy shit that I've seen him in.
That's like, Arrested Development.
Oh, okay. Well, no, he was in some movies. Yeah, he was like some little date night movies. Yeah, shit. Yeah. I just always seen him as a goofball type dude. Oh, but then he came into this role. He's so serious. It's like Michael C. Hall coming into Dexter. Yeah. Did you watch that? No. Oh, surprise, motherfucker! You don't even know what I'm talking about. No. Damn. Did you watch True Blood?
No.
Damn. Oh shit.
I watched like. What the fuck do I even watch? I watch like weird, not like even like weird. I just miss like all like the big shows. Yeah. And then like I just like come back and like watch things because I don't watch a lot of content, even though I'm into like movies and like whatnot. I don't.
But you're into more eclectic movies.
Yeah.
Japanese cinema, French cinema, stuff like that.
But I also
broadens your palette and everything.
Yeah, I also enjoy like popular stuff. Like I don't know, you watch like Narcos.
No, I started, but I didn't want to read all that Spanish. Yeah. So, but I watch anime. What the fuck am I talking about?
Yeah. Subtitles.
No, I don't watch Narcos.
Yeah, subtitles can be annoying sometimes. Yeah. But I don't know. I don't watch a lot of stuff, and I don't know. That's weird to me to say. Actually, like a lot of like filmmakers don't watch a lot of stuff, right? Because they don't want to be like influenced. But I'm not saying that I'm not like big enough to like really be influenced. I just don't always have the time to like sit and like watch everything. Sure. Yeah.
You're trying to put your own stuff together.
Yeah. Or I'm just out being lazy and doing other stuff.
It's whatever. Did you watch cartoons as a kid?
Oh yeah.
What'd you watch?
Bro, Ed and Eddie. Okay. Like came home, it was like Ed and Eddie switched between Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network. So it was like Foster's Home, Fairy Odd Parents, SpongeBob. I mean, like even like way back, I love like Ren and Stimpy, even though that show was so fucked up. Yo, and I found some and I found some weird shit about the creator. He was low-key kind of was like a pedophile groomer. Yeah.
Jesus. That's why all that sex shit was in there for kids.
Yeah, like definitely he had some like young like female employees who he ended up like dating, and it was just kind of like sketchy. Great show, but like
wasn't there some issue with like the creator of Rick and Morty recently? Yeah. What was the issue with that? Same shit?
Not really. People found like a very old skit that he did, and it was just like very like dark comedy about him. Like I think it was like an ad of like you gotta like sell. They were like trying to like sell like home protection, and it was like you gotta like buy this so like people don't come in and like rape your babies, and like it showed him like breaking in to like a fake house and like him like having sex with like a fake baby.
Oh no.
Yeah, and like that,
No. Yeah,
and
you
then
gotta go.
from like 2000 and like whatever, and it's like
people think
dude, that's
funny.
wrong.
It's not funny.
Yeah.
So you can take a hike. I never watched your show, and now I won't.
Yeah.
Because I don't support that.
I've seen like 3 seasons of Rick and Morty, but like
I
never.
It's amazing. It's not.
No, it's not. Like Rick and Morty fans would like fight you to death, but it's
Right.
not like. I don't know. Do you ever see like BoJack Horseman?
No, I was scared to watch that because it's like I don't like the art style of it.
Oh.
That's a horse.
Yeah. Well,
You know what really didn't let me watch BoJack Horseman was Xavier Guardian or Archangel or something like that. Remember that?
Yeah.
With the weird thing with the legs backwards. And I was like, I saw that. I was like, fuck this. I'm not watching this weird shit. And then I saw BoJack Horseman. I'm like, he's a horse and he looks like Xavier. No,
you should watch. You should watch it though. It gets real sometimes, but like it's a fun time.
Horse guy, right?
Yeah, it's like a horse that used to be like a famous actor, kind of like in like a Full House situation, and then it's like him going through like his depression of like not being famous anymore and like still trying to be relevant and also be a shitty person.
So it's got a little substance to it.
Yeah, it has hella substance. It gets real very quick. But like the first season's kind of like laughs and jokes, and then it just like does like a complete like 180,
like take you down the whole
very like very depressing, very like
wow.
I am like a shitty person, I do things wrong, and like this is it. And like talk about like the Me Too movement, like he goes in because like it hits a lot of themes, and it's very adult, but it's also very good. Yeah.
Wow.
So don't be put off. Like it's weird, like because they're all like wacky like characters and like
art style will kick me off of shit quick. Like I hated home movies. Fucking hated home movies. When it would come on, I'd cry because like why? Like I was just watching Family Guy and I stayed up too long and I gotta watch this ugly shit. Fuck this. I'm turning the TV off.
No.
I didn't watch Squidbillies because
I didn't like Squidbillies either. Yeah.
I did like Aqua Teen though.
What was that one show, The Oblongs? You know what I'm talking
about?
That
was funny.
Yeah, but
wait, The Oblongs.
It was like with the sewage people, and like they had like the twin together.
Oh, they were like hillbillies, right?
No, they were just like super poor, and it was like with Milo, and it was that weird girl.
Let me see. Oh yeah, I remember this.
Yeah,
this was kind of tight. This one was the dad had no arms or
legs.
Yes, I do remember this. You know what I thought you were talking about at first? Moral Oral. Remember Moral Oral?
I do. That show was fucked up.
That was funny and fucked up too. But I would like live for Robot Chicken.
Yeah.
When that came on, I'm so happy because I'm a gummy bear. Gummy bear.
Yo, what about Futurama though?
I love Futurama.
Classic.
That's a classic, yeah. That's a classic. Family Guy. I never watched The Simpsons. Art style. I don't like all the yellow people. It's weird.
Yeah.
Plus, I didn't grow up on. Nobody in the house watched Simpsons ever. And it wasn't on Cartoon Network.
No.
If it was on Cartoon Network, maybe I would have watched it, but it wasn't.
Yeah, they never got a deal, I don't think.
Yeah. But talking about, like the Me Too movement and stuff like that, let's get on some real shit.
Sure.
First of all, you can talk about anything, right? Let's open up. Politics. When we talk about politics, we talk about the past 4 years of what's been going on. Captain Cheeto Man. Now, I will tell you for disclaimer. First, I had a podcast called Drinks at 5. Friend John Jeffrey, this was last year we were doing this. Get on there, have drinks at 5, get drunk, talk about mostly politics. And, at the time, Trump obviously was doing his shit, right? He was divisive already, but he was also like doing a lot of good on a sneak tip, like signing laws that benefit black people on a sneak tip, but like people weren't really knowing about it. So I have my cape on. You know what I mean? But as of late, I can't co-sign anything that he does at all.
Yeah.
You lied to the country. You allowed the American public to look at you as this beacon of masculinity. Oh, and I don't wear a mask because Trump doesn't wear a mask and he's a man's man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you knew about how deadly this was. It's not speculation. You told Bob Woodward on tape.
Straight from the
horse's mouth. So if you're gonna sit here and say like that's not what I meant, you said it in plain English.
Yep.
You're the president. You're not sitting here joking,
Mm-hmm.
or you shouldn't be. I'm not taking it as like if he says it's it's just no, fuck you. Because people have died.
It was a very serious conversation in the context of that was played, and
yeah,
he's on tape saying it. Like, there's
my
no way around it.
Both got COVID.
Yeah.
My grandmother is still doing bad.
Yeah.
So when people say like it's a hoax, it's a joke, I want to slap the shit out of them.
People can't even go to
shit hit close to home. We know people personally that have died from COVID.
You can't even go to people's funerals.
You can't go see your kid get born.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Because in the beginning, this could have been curved a lot easier and a lot harder, and we'd probably be back to normal.
Look at Australia.
Look at China.
New Zealand, yeah.
Look at Wuhan. Big ass pool parties. Everybody in the pool.
Mm.
They good. Because they cleaned the fuck out their streets. They took it serious. Temperature checks at the door. Things that America, like the most powerful country in the world, should be doing. China was doing. Australia was doing.
Yeah.
Everywhere else in the world. There is a German...
Canada's even fine, by the way.
Yeah. And they're like, we ain't fucking with y'all. Y'all can't come up here.
Yeah.
Because you guys are ignorant. And you don't take anything serious. So stay down there and suffer.
Mm-hmm.
And as a collective, we deserve all that we get. Because you have people still saying it's a hoax. You have people still saying, oh, it's the Democrats trying to win the election. When it's actual people dying. It's actual people getting sick. You see it.
Yeah.
What is there to think about? You know what I mean? Like, these are things that I don't get. Not only, like, do I not get racism, but I don't get fucking, like...
So...
I don't understand how you could see it happening in your face, know people who get it, and then be like, well, that's them. Huh?
So I've been thinking about this a lot, actually.
Jail.
And... You
belong in a cage. That's what they should put people... They put people like that in a cage.
Yeah. It's... The sad thing about this virus is that, like you were saying, it affects predominantly older people with health conditions. Young, healthy people, like relatively healthy, if they catch the disease, are probably going to be fine and like be able to like move on with their life. It's sad because like those people who catch it and like passed away, a lot of people in your mind like write them off as like, oh, they were just going to die anyways. People
Which
die.
Is sick.
Yeah, people die every day.
That's
so
sick.
it's not a big deal, like they're old, like that's what happens. That's natural life. But like
they didn't have to die.
Yeah, no one talks about the fact that like if like all these steps were prevented, like they could have had like years like
right.
of like fulfillment in like life. But
those people have families too. They leave behind children, grandchildren, aunts, uncles, nieces. It's not just some old person on an island.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like these deaths affect people. It is not just old people who die from it. I've known young people to die from it too, and just knock out like they had nothing wrong with it.
And people don't want to hear that. They close their ears when you hear like people like 16 pass away, even like younger, like 3 or 4 like kids.
That's
like
why I can't talk to a lot of people nowadays.
Yeah,
it's because they've come out and shown how fucking ignorant they are. They show, like, you continue to support this president who literally tells you to your face, yo, I'm a piece of shit, but I'm telling you, so I'm good, right?
Yeah.
What?
It's
How can you cape for that still? I'm embarrassed of myself for doing it in the beginning. I will be completely transparent and say that.
I have never been on board with him from like when he first back in like 2015 said he was like thinking about running for president. I was like,
he ran for president back in like the early 2000s too.
Yeah.
Didn't get anywhere.
I was like, that's kind of funny, you know, like can you imagine like jokingly like Donald Trump being our president? I thought like I wrote it off, but then like later in like that election cycle, like all like the Republican candidates started like dropping off like one by one, and like next thing you know, yo, like
he's still here.
Are we gonna like get serious now, or like is this okay? So we're just going with that. All right, cool. But like Hillary's running, so like there's no way that like the people are gonna like vote for him over Hillary. And like Hillary had like her issues, but like she was like at least like a politician, or like so you find like she had like experience. And
see, I have a lot to say about Hillary.
She did not run a good campaign whatsoever. She had skeletons in the closet. Everyone
Hillary lied.
Yeah.
She deserved to be in jail.
Every politician lies. Like
no, but she lied to the degree that you had classified emails on an iPad.
Yeah.
At home. What are you doing? And then you deleted all of them. And a lot of those probably show that you're a sick, nasty fuck with these kids.
Yeah.
The fucking didn't Senate or Congress like they mandated like, yo, let me see them emails, and then she went home and deleted them. Was it like 74,000 emails? It's some high ass number like that. First of all, why do you keep all them emails? It's a lot of fucking emails to keep.
Hey, I
server
also
do those
have
sit on?
a lot of emails in my
spam. But like, did you look at them and go through like, I'm gonna save this? No,
there's just from like companies that I had to like put in my email for.
Yeah, like promotions and from Google and shit like that. Like, but these are classified emails. These are emails that you're using a government server to do nasty fuck shit with.
Yeah. I mean,
and also she lied about Benghazi too.
Yeah, like she had her issues. What happened in the 2016 election happened, but now like looking back to like this year, and like it's again coming down to Biden and Trump. I'm hopeful that Biden will win. I don't think the country will really honestly stand another 4 years of Trump and like be okay at the end of it.
Right. I mean, we're not okay right now.
Yeah, and if we one, don't get this virus under control, two, if like the protests keep going, because they probably should, and
I'm gonna just say this. I'm sorry to cut you off.
You're good.
But when Trump wins again, this country's gonna burn to the ground.
Yeah.
Watch. I'm not saying if he wins, he's going to win. Because there's a lot of people who know how fucked up Biden and Kamala Harris are. It's just a mess. It's a whole mess.
Yeah, I'm.
You
hoping we don't get to that point though.
You have red devil, you have blue devil. Like, you can choose.
Yeah.
One actually passed, bills to hurt the black community worse than ever, and the other one is just racist.
Yeah.
Who hasn't hurt them that much as far as on legislation yet. Let me be clear on legislation. But Trump said if he did get reelected, he will move very hard to defund and destroy Planned Parenthood.
Yeah.
Which is fucking crazy.
That's wild.
But also too, fuck Planned Parenthood, because it was created by Margaret Sanger to hurt the black community. Oh, you're having a lot of black babies here. You don't want that, right? Let's go kill it. That's what it was made for.
Yeah. I mean, like, nothing in our country is black and white. Like, everything is black and white. Well,
when it comes down to it.
I mean, like, there aren't anything that's, like, inherently good, and there's not anything that's inherently evil. And I don't know, it's just kind of... It's tough. You have to look at every individual situation. So like, for example, like Planned Parenthood, you can be against Planned Parenthood and you can still be a Democrat, or like be a Republican. You get what I'm saying? Like, you don't. I think people need to like start like individually like looking at facts and like what they believe in, instead of just like falling into a category and just being like, I'm strictly like Democrat. And,
right.
Like,
Whatever they say is law.
Yeah, because like
Republican, whatever they say is law. That's not really the way to go.
You have to do your own research. You have to make your own opinions. And I don't identify officially on the books as Republican or Democrat because I just don't want to be looped in.
Right.
Either way, but like I know the views that I have, and I know like what I align more towards. But at the same time, I always like I like to like look at like what sometimes I'll flip on like what Fox has to say just because like I'm curious to like what they're doing. Yeah, and like just like talk to people. And even I'm very well aware that I won't agree with every single thing that like people say, because it's my opinion, and you know it's very tough to change other people's mind, like especially now with like I forget the psychology behind it, but people tend to more look at information that they believe in, so that just like reinforces their idea. And that's why conspiracy theories are just like so prominent right now, especially like during the pandemic, because people are just like constantly looking at like the facts, and like at the end of the day it doesn't even matter where the source comes from. But if you, it's like an advertisement. If you just keep seeing it over and over and over again, it's going to get ingrained in your mind and your brain that like this is now true because you just seen it so much.
Right.
And
conditioning.
Yeah, and like we just don't have those conversations.
Right.
Like we just really don't, and it's tough. And whatever president that we get, I would like to see them address that issue. And I just think the country's just so polarized right now that it's gonna be tough.
It's definitely dangerous and scary.
Yeah.
Than it has been in my lifetime, I'd say.
Yeah.
And like it's funny that I bring up the topic and then have like no words because it's just so unbelievable.
Yeah.
Are you pro-life, pro-choice?
Yeah, I mean, like, I think first of all, I'm pro have this conversation before you have sex, get pregnant.
Right, yeah, definitely.
It's kind of
as like a common sense.
Yeah, it's kind of bonkers to me, like the idea that like making children is like free to an extent, and that like anyone can like essentially do it.
Well, I mean, that's just
that. I know it's just natural life, and like we can't like control it. So I'm very pro talk about it with your partner, understand and like practice safe sex before you even get to that option of like abortion or like keeping it.
Okay.
But I'm pro-life. I think everyone should just individually have the option to do what they want with their body and choices.
You actually mean you're pro-choice?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like,
no.
Wait, what?
Yeah. No, I am
you're
pro-choice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gun, anti-gun.
I am anti-gun only in the fact that gun rights aren't equal for everyone in this country. Black people can't carry guns the same way white people can, and like we can't open carry. Yeah, we can't open carry. We can't really like. We look suspicious whenever like we have guns.
Right, I was gonna say like you can.
Yeah.
But you can't.
Mm-hmm. I also think the gun laws need to be fixed because it's just kind of so like. Remember like early YouTube days, there was this guy called like FPS Russian.
I heard about him, never watched him.
He always like he put on this like fake like Russian accent, and like he would have like these big ass like machine guns that he would shoot off in like the backwoods. And like in my mind, like as a kid, I always thought like, oh, he's just in like Russia, and like Russia's weird, like they have like access to all this shit. And then I found out later that this man is from South Carolina, and like you can just like get like a tank and like fire this in like someone's backyard on like private land. I'm like, that's so bizarre. Like I I don't see it, and I rather have people say that they want guns to be able to just shoot off guns and that they enjoy guns. Like, that's perfectly fine. If you come at me and just like, I enjoy shooting guns, like that's like my hobby, that's my that's the way I spend free time, like cool. Like, I like to do other shit, but I'm not 100% sold on it being the Second Amendment, you know, like the whole like it's my like natural right to like do all this, because I think from the time that it was written back in the 1700s to now has changed completely, like different. Like, it's not the same as everyone just owning like a hunting musket to go out and like catch food for their families.
Right.
Like, that's how I feel.
Mm-hmm. Well, think about it in this perspective too. In that same document that the Second Amendment is to protect against, you know, tyrannical government as well.
Yeah.
What are we seeing right now?
A tyrannical government.
Right.
Yeah.
So if we were to take away your guns before all this started happening, and then we got the devil, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, so to say, you're fucked. You cannot protect yourself.
So
at all.
I'm also for,
or Britain at this point.
I'm also for taking away guns of those people.
Of who?
Of
the tyrannical government? Well, you can't take the tyrannical government's guns.
You can definitely defund the police.
Okay, so like now what does that solve?
So
defunding the police.
Yes.
Because I think they need way fucking more training than just 6 weeks in the academy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think they should I feel like they should have to go to school for it.
Yeah.
I feel like they have to go get a bachelor's degree in criminology at least,
and
then do like 2-3 years as an understudy, and then let being a cop be the greatest thing that you could do in this country.
Yeah.
Besides going to the army, besides being a doctor, things like that. You know, like it's an honorable job. People will respect you more because they know what you went through to become a cop.
Yeah.
Instead of just, no, I want to be a cop. I'm a fucking piece of shit. I'm racist. Fuck this. I wear the hood in the woods. I'm gonna wear the hat on the streets.
Yeah.
No.
Well.
No. Absolutely not. I feel like with that, you would get less of what we see now today. I would think. I haven't done the figures.
Yeah.
I haven't done a pie chart. And you know, sat there and really did the science on it. But in my head, I think that would help out a lot.
So you are right. I think the education needs to be a whole lot longer, but that doesn't necessarily have to come from taxpayers, right? Like, I go to college, like most, like I think it was like 55% of the population like goes to college or whatever, and you have to pay for that yourself.
By the way, I don't think that we should have to pay for their college, but
I completely, college is overpriced and like whatnot.
No. I mean, I don't think that we as taxpayers should have to pay for their college to go become college.
Yes.
Yeah. I think you should do that on your own and then go and like, yo, can I do this?
So that's private money that a cop would have to invest in itself, right? So then that still leaves the police budget. And I think from like the 1980s, from like the war on drugs, because that's when Ronald Reagan was like, we gotta get our cops more equipped to handle drug dealers and be able to like take drugs off the street, which they have not. Drugs are still relatively available.
They help shovel them into their communities.
Yeah. So if we were able to like allocate some of those military style equipment that the cops have, like they got like full on like armored like cars and like tanks, and like they can even keep like some of like the body suits, but like whatnot. But like having, do you know how expensive like having like a SWAT team is?
Probably very, but I will say America's fucking dangerous. And we're some dangerous ass people. So I think we need that strong shit.
Sure, but like
go kick somebody's fucking door in if you doing wrong.
SWAT,
because we can have guns. They should have bigger guns.
Well,
you know what I mean? But to an extent, it's a slippery slope again. Because you know where cops come from. They were the overseers. So if you're a slave catcher at first, you just you have the badge on always. it just evolves after slavery was abolished. So you're at the end of the day, you're still, what you were set out to be.
Yeah, I think they definitely there needs to be a harder barrier of entry, and I think they need to use their resources less and more precisely, because I think they just kind of have like free range, almost free range. I'm not gonna sit here and say that cops can like do whatever they want. Like there are some good cops out there, and like I don't blame
they're a great cops.
Yeah, I don't blame like the individual officers. I think most of them like decent people, but I do criticize and judge the entire system that they work for.
I was gonna say, like you could be a great cop all you want to, but the gang you roll with is fucked up.
Yeah.
As a whole.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna get into like how corrupt cops are and what they do, but we know what cops are.
Yeah, like we've been around. I had a cop pull a gun on me for skateboarding in the street, man. Like,
so
like what the fuck?
As a black man, like, you know what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that's what my movie, to loop it all around.
Yes, that's beautiful. I love the tie-in.
That's what my movie is about, is how black people don't always have the luxury of going to the cops and feeling safe.
Right.
And we need to do a lot of work to fix that issue and to talk about that issue. And we're just not there yet, unfortunately.
Yep.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah. Like it won't be fixed in a day, and one person just like can't snap their fingers and just be like, racism over, guys, like we're good.
I don't think it'll ever really truly go away.
Yeah.
Well, I had this conversation with someone not too long ago. I said, I think maybe in 200, 300 years, it would be a lot less than what it is now, as far as like damn near extinct. I think just because like you just keep washing, you keep washing. At some point, it's gonna become clean. You know what I mean, and presentable again.
So I feel like specifically only talking about in America, from like how we were founded, we've never confronted racism. From the moment the Declaration was written in that line that said every man is created equal, and we still had slaves. Like that shit was wrong from the get-go.
Right.
The way that America was set up.
It's written in that 3/5.
Yeah, and the way that black people have like basically given their
which
lives
is super wrong, by the way.
Yeah.
You want to flip it, like it could be flipped.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, it's actually the other way around. But we'll leave that for another day.
Yeah. It's tough.
Like biology.
Yeah. And until America comes to term and like really talks about like what happened like back in like the 1700s, we're not gonna really get anywhere.
Right.
Because like from day one, this country was set up wrong for us.
Yeah.
We did not receive our just dues.
Right. Fuck it. What do you think about reparations? Because like the Jews got reparations.
I don't necessarily
reparations for like work discrimination.
I don't think black people. I'm not gonna speak for the behalf of black people and African Americans. I think, but I do think we just want things to live in a country that treats us just as equals. That's all we want. That's all we've ever wanted from the day we were brought here. It's just to be able to have our own space and be given the same opportunities. And I think reparations can look like that. Not necessarily like having to like. I think when people say reparations, they think of taking the wealth from like plantation owners and then like giving it out. Like we're kind of like past. We missed the boat for that.
Yeah, for sure.
We were supposed to get that with the 40 acres and the mule.
Right.
We didn't get that. So now we have to look at like where we are now and just be honest that we just want to be treated normal, and we just want to live in a country where I can walk down the street in midnight with a hood and not have to be shot by some dude who thinks I'm a robber, or like go out for a morning jog and get gunned down by some people in trucks. Like,
right.
that's all that like we want, and that's all that we've like ever wanted. And I think when we get to like that point, then it'll be all right.
It's just prejudices.
Yeah.
Like you just see, like you said, like somebody in a hood, somebody jogging. Like you just automatically think he's up to no good. He's black.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just be out here. What are you running for?
Yeah.
What are you running from? Why you get that hood up? What? Elijah McClain.
Mm-hmm.
Walking home from the store, hood up. He had little issues with him. Couldn't really comply all the way.
Yeah.
I'm cold. I got a face mask on. I have an issue.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. You're dead. What? Come on, Colorado.
We couldn't. And think about just like, I just think about like the hundreds of like stories that just like don't make it into the media because like.
Right. And talk about here in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Meach, who got killed by the police.
Mm-hmm.
There was no public giant outcry about that.
Yeah.
I mean, his friends and everything, they protested. They did what they had to do.
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, I didn't even know about it.
Yeah.
Until recently.
I mean, thank God that they started allowing like body cams. We have cameras to like catch this stuff and like physically document it. Yeah, but like we've been saying this shit for years from my grandpa experienced this shit. Like it's
yo, look what they're doing.
Yeah, and now it's finally just like coming to light because you could just like share it to like 1,000 people.
Right.
And it's just sad that we're still fighting for this shit.
Yeah.
No.
One day.
I don't know.
I think, I don't want it to, but I think for mass change to happen, blood must fall. That's how everybody's gotten their freedom so far.
Yeah.
I mean, not freedom, but like their just dues or equal rights, things like that. Just like the respect. But it also starts, with the community as well. If we don't respect ourselves, then why the fuck would a man over here, anybody respect anything?
That's true. Going on? I mean, like, I think, I'm not saying it's like our fault, but like, I've been in predominantly like black neighborhoods, and I see people like littering, and it's like, come on now, like we live here, like we shouldn't be able to, and not like everyone in those neighborhoods does that, and like there are tons of people in like every single neighborhood that like the old like lady that's always like trying to like start like a book club or like really do right, but it's just kind of, I don't know, it's just, it sucks when you see that,
Well, historically, when black people have risen together and started something monumental, here come the white people, tear it down.
Yep.
Black Wall Street.
Yep.
Prime example. What is Seneca? Seneca something in New York City where Central Park is.
Mm-hmm.
That was a whole black community. They went and bulldozed it, got people right the fuck out of there and made a park.
Yeah. North Buffalo.
North Buffalo. MT Pockets. I always thought that was such a clever name, but you're too fucking clever anymore. I don't like you guys. And you're gone, so ha ha ha.
Yeah.
Put Spirit Halloween up there. That was the funniest shit ever. I keep saying everything is the funniest shit ever, but
I mean, it just happened so fast. There was just like,
I know.
Literally the next day, like, oh, we're closed now.
Right.
Not that I've never been there or
had
interest going there, but
I was reading the Google reviews from like a couple years ago. Yeah. People from out of town. It was like gay Guido bar. No, thank you. I was like, hey, yo. Wow, it's like that.
Yeah.
So another lady was like, yeah, this guy, I had a burger and it came undercooked, hella undercooked. So I'm just gonna take it home.
Yeah.
Guy came and grabbed my plate, put his thumb all in the plate on my food. Saw that he got ketchup on it, sucked his thumb, and put it back on the plate to grab it. And then with his bare hands, put the food in the box, hands it to you. I read that and I was like, Ew, I'm glad you're gone.
You want to know what's wild? I saw like a tweet, and it was like, remember when we used to just like blow on like birthday cakes and candles before COVID? Like, do you think we're still gonna go back to that?
No, you gotta do these now.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. Make a wish. Wave out your candle. Wave out your candles.
Yeah. You know, someone should do like a birthday fan.
Yeah.
You know, you can put like celebration on
Oh
it.
yeah, that would be a nice little invention.
Yeah.
Got the mask on. It's like, okay, blow out your candle. We're trying hard as hell. Like, it's never gonna happen, bud. Tough times. Tough times we're living in. But we will be on the lookout for, what is it called again?
City Eyes.
City Eyes.
Yeah.
Hopefully dropping in February. I wish nothing but the best for you, man, as far as everything.
Thank you.
Yes.
Also, congratulations on the new EP/album.
Thank you.
I listened to it. It was solid.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
I can't wait to see what you have in store and like what's up next.
September 25th, I should be dropping an album.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
And then I have a Halloween album next month.
Busy.
Very busy.
See, quarantine's working for you.
Well, yeah, and then, you know, the funny thing is, before all of this, not to talk about me on this because it's your episode, before all of this, I had it in my head to do 7 albums this year, because I just get like inklings, like I need to do something, so I'm going to do it, and if I don't, I'm just going to quit rapping.
Yeah.
And I haven't let myself down yet, so that's why I'm still here. Why are you? This is why you go away. You come over and knock shit over. Yeah, I'd already had it in my head to do 7 albums, and, you know, make a statement.
Yeah.
That it could be done, and also quality, and also volume. It's not just like 4 tracks. It's well fleshed out ideas, items, things like that.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Fine.
It's a lot. That's why I look like a fucking caveman.
No, I mean that's the sign of like good work.
This is like you see the work.
Yeah.
But this has been Something New, episode 29.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
No, thank you for coming through. I appreciate it. We look forward to your short, and everything else you got in store.
Yes.
Episode 29, Something New. Open up, Nick Green. Thank you for tuning in. Peace.